Okay, so today I had a really, really big project in mind. It started a bit late into the night, but luckily I did end up getting it finished pretty quickly once I got the power drill back out. We were kind of on the hunt for it for a little bit. Um, there's always so many projects in the house with my flatmate, and also I'm trying to get into using it more and getting better at construction stuff. Um, anyway, so this drawer has been a problem. I bought it from over from my old place. I had it for many years, and it's a pretty cheap one and simple order over eBay, I believe. Anyway, I must have kind of screwed up one of the screws when I was reassembling it, and I feel like it probably went in on an angle. Anyhow, basically, one of the drawers had been completely stuck. And I've tried many times to kind of get it open, and it's just been a thing in a long time running. And I've noticed some of the clothes have become so dusty because I just kind of, one, it wasn't in the season, but two, I just had not accessed the clothes in that drawer for ages since moving in, which has been more than like half a year already. Anyway, so I decided to finally just really get it over with. My idea was to essentially remove all the drawers, take out the front, and basically eventually just install like a little blind or a curtain or like a roll up curtain of sorts, bamboo curtain or whatever. That just gives me organization. I can tier up like my layers of clothing and essentially use way more space, and things would be a little bit more compact. Things would be more organized. I could put my sort of designed shirts that I do want to wear, like graphic tees, and then along with my merch tees that are stuff that I wear very often, in one pile. And I could put like the singlets and sleeveless kind of stuff in like the place that I used to put my underwear, and I moved underwear into the corner into like a more accessible, frequent use kind of basket that I have in the right side of the bedroom. And then all my fancy chino pants, formal casual wear. Same with the shirts; they can all go in the same pile. In the middle, then I can put in my sweater. Um, and yeah, it's been really, really cool. It was really frustrating at first because it was, I don't know what they're called. They're like the little horseshoe things, I think, like the round things that go in and lock like sort of like a wooden mechanism in place for like the pieces when you're interlocking the drawer itself. Um, but yeah, anyway, I love it. It just feels like anything for the room to feel more spacious, because I do love having a lot of stuff. But I also am pretty self-aware of like kind of keeping things in a good display manner so that like it looks cool, but it's also not like too overwhelming. When you own more stuff, it's very easy to kind of forget to use things as well. So you want to like kind of eventually also opt out on things. Like I wore a couple pants, and there's a few things that I was like, looked at my chef uniform, for example. I knew I was never going to really use that in the near future again. So I figured I could make some money from selling that. So I put that on Facebook Marketplace. Hit me up if you're looking for it. I'm doing it for cheaper, and they're pretty much brand new, very, very rarely used. And I mean, for a long time. I obviously got some use out of it, but it looks like new and it's well washed and well looked after. Yeah, definitely get a power drill if you're ever wanting to like do more installations or shelves in the house. It's definitely way, way more efficient. This job would have taken me forever. But yeah, the horseshoe things, like those were giving me trouble because I couldn't find my screwdriver set for some reason. That I had one single screwdriver, and it was the flat one, not the cross shaped one, and also not quite the right size. So I kind of had to like leverage it in like an angle, turn it around to loosen it, then kind of try to get it out. But then I very quickly realized things sped up once I realized that all you have to do is turn it so it's loose and not the tight direction, and then just jiggle and wiggle, and then it kind of undoes, and the pieces undo themselves. So that was really good. And then obviously having a power drill expedites every screw part of the process. And it was good. And undoing these also kind of contribute to separate projects. For example, sometimes all of my shelves that in my wall of fame actually came from my drawers from my big wardrobe. And this time I don't need any of those pieces per se, but I kept most of the ones that I find that aren't too ridiculously big, which will be very hard to saw through and stuff anyway. And luckily I did keep them because my flatmate's going to be using them for a project. So, it's just great to upcycle stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. You can see I was I was kind of cursing a bit because I was pretty tired at that point, but I was just like, I'm not gonna like do a half-ass job. And also, this process also entailed a bunch of multitasking. And I also struggle a lot with the screws often falling when I'm trying to like put things in, or like there's little things that like ups that are just like show how bad I am at this still. But it's a learning curve. I'm definitely getting better at it. But you can see I'm taking out whatever I can, even the handle pieces. I know like my flatmate would be able to use it for something really cool. Yeah, just stuff like that. Anyway, I'm still washing a bunch of the clothes to kind of put it back because a lot of them were pretty dusty and such. But this is pretty much a finished look.